Okay, everybody, week 9 recap. The first one of these goes to Team Smack. Team Smack. I mean, putting it on me. 108 to 85. Team Smack gets the win, gets their first high score, wins their first high score money. I don't know if you know this, Team Smack, but tradition in our league is that when you win your first high score, it's kind of cool tradition. You are supposed to give your high score winnings to the commissioner as like a commissioner tax. So I can just take a credit from you at the end of the year against the league fees you paid. So just, or if you want to keep it, you tell me. You know, I don't seem like the greedy type, but you never know. So it was 108 to 85 for Team Smack this week, and really it was my team got off to a decent start, and then Dalvin Cook happened. 36 frickin' points from that guy. I mean, can anybody tackle? And then DJ Chark. I mean, it was over like in the first quarter when DJ Chark and who was her other receiver? Brandon Cooks. One of a retread. Those guys both had like 70 some yards and a touchdown in the first quarter. At that point, I was like, it is over. So my team was competitive mainly because of Josh Allen, who had 41, but way too little, too late. 108 to 85. Team Smack hangs in there at 3-6. Interestingly, if you look at the standings, there are now 7 teams rather who are fighting for the 6 playoff spots. The 2 division leaders, Fear the Wax and Rollin' with Mahomes, and then I believe We Want Ivanka is 6-3, and then there are 4 5-4 teams. 3 of those teams right now would make the playoffs, depending on points scored. All of the other teams in the league, 5 of them, are 3-6, which is it's kind of unusual. So there's definitely a gap. There's a 2-game difference between playoff position and not. But for all of those 3-6 teams, the good news is they're all still in it. If you win 4 in a row, somebody is likely to make the playoffs then with a 7-6 record. So it's not over, which is nice. There were also a bunch of really close competitive games in the league this week, also kind of cool. Sleepy Joe rebounding from the week of, the election week. He's not feeling so sleepy. Looks like he's going to be the president. Travis. 91 to 80 was the win over Catalina Wine Mixin. So for Sleepy Joe, continuing their good season. I mean, they're up there in points scored, even though they're 5-4. Catalina Wine Mixin has fallen off the face of the earth. They're now 3-6 after a really good start. For Travis's team, Herbert had 27, although for Catalina it was 45 for Kyler Murray, but that's pretty much it. Terry McLaurin had 17 for Sleepy Joe. Fittingly, I guess, since he's a Washington football player. One of Sleepy Joe's favorite teams now. Travis Kelce with 15, so big win for Sleepy Joe. In another really good competitive game, More Than a Thielen beat Gunning for You 88 to 83. More Than a Thielen getting to 3-6 again to hang in there in the playoff race, dropping Gunning for You to 5-4. Jerry Jeudy came up big for the U with 18. A.J. Brown was 16. His James Robinson 15. All those guys were solid. Breeze with 32 for More Than a Thielen. Michael's Minions, in one of the few not very competitive games, crushed Harding's Hitmen 87 to 55. Matt Ryan with 30, making him forget at least for 1 week that he traded Justin Herbert. Christian McCaffrey came back and had 26. Typical for McCaffrey. Now he's out again, though. He got banged up. I think he hurt his shoulder, so it looks like he's out. And Will Fuller, who's been a stud all year, with 16 for the Minions. Harding's Hitmen just struggled all around. I mean, I guess maybe Keenan Allen was his best player with 16. Harding's Hitmen 3-6, another one of those 3-6 teams, and Michael at 5-4. In the biggest game of the week in terms of playoff positioning and all, Fear the Wax got to 7-2 by beating Rollin' with Mahomes 85 to 82. Really tight, close game. For Fear the Wax, 85 is an off week. For us mere mortals, it's not bad. Russell Wilson had 33. Devontae Adams, probably his biggest guy, with 23, and then Christian Kirk with 18. For Mahomes, Patrick had 38. But Fear the Wax pulled it out. So they're now 7-2 with a solid lead in the Burke's division. Looks like it's not over, but unless somebody can pick up 2 games on Fear the Wax, he's going to win the division because of their points scored margin. And Rolling with Mahomes is still in first in the Fauci at 6-3. The Fauci, by the way, being the decidedly weaker division so far this year. And then we want Ivanka in the other game, one to get to 6-3. Just a game behind Fear the Wax, beating Maskaversion 82-73. Maskaversion, who is also a team that's been struggling. Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun Watson were both good for the teams. Rodgers for Maskaversion with 36, Watson 28. Tyreek Hill had a big game for Ivanka with 23. So, anyway, so as I said, if you look at the standings now, it's Fear the Wax and Rolling with Mahomes who would be your division winners and the top 2 seeds if the season ended today. It's not too early to talk about it since we're only 4 weeks from the end of the season. And of the 5 and 4 teams, the team with the lowest points scored right now would be gunning for you, who would be on the outside looking in. But it's really close. And as I said, every team is still in the mix for the playoffs. So get your lineups ready for Thursday night football, and I'll do the commish picks tomorrow night. Ciao.